Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy the Stock Dude back on the prowl again. Hey, about a week ago, I made a video highlighting an electric car making company by the name of NIO Limited to you guys. Now, about a week ago, NIO Limited was trading around $31 per share. Fast forward a week, on Friday's close, NIO stock price closed out at over $41 a share. Now, had you invested with me, your boy, the Stock Dude, you would be sitting on over a $10 per share profit. So you probably wondering, what should you do now? Well, I can't tell you what you should do, but what I can do for you is open up and look up at the stock chart and give you a little analysis and see what the stock chart says to do. Stock chart talks louder than I do, because I am not a stock expert, nor do I play one on YouTube. So we're going to listen to what the stock chart says to do. So hang on, stay tuned. You don't want to miss it, baby. Alright, let's get it. I'm the one known as the Stock Dude, and I just want to take this time to welcome you guys to my channel. Check this out, NIO Limited. Everybody is talking about NIO Limited. Now, for those that do not know, NIO Limited is an electric vehicle car making company, electric EV car company, based out of China. Now, everybody's pretty much heard of Tesla. Tesla is the United States electric vehicle car making company. NIO is China's version of Tesla. Now, about a week ago, I made a video highlighting NIO to you guys, and I recommended this stock to you right around this area right here, right around the price of $31 per share. Had you invested with your boy the Stock Dude, you would be sitting on over $10 per share profit on NIO. Now, once again, I can't tell you what to do with those profits, but what I can do is let you know what the chart says. Now, stocks normally do one of three things, and we're going to deal with each one of the three in regards to NIO. Stocks normally do one of three things. They either go up, they either go down, or they either stay about the same and trade what they call range bound between a certain price high and a certain price low, and toggles back and forth. So they either go up, they either go down, or they either trade in a range. Let's deal with the price of NIO as far as it going higher. Could this stock go even higher than it has so far? Let us see. Look at the chart. Don't listen to what I say. Let's look and see what the chart says. Now, what I noticed right off the bat, right here, the beginning of July, see them big, huge volume spikes? Look how these are the normal volume spikes coming in on NIO. And look right here. See how big they are? That right there, that volume, that's a lot of money coming into NIO. Brand new money. That right there is the equivalent to putting a fire hose from the fire department in a small backyard pool. If you put a fire hose from the fire department in a small backyard pool, it's going to cause a lot of bubbles and a lot of riffles, because there's a lot of power going in something that's not big enough to hold that amount of power. Get it? Alright, it worked the same with these stocks. This volume spike right here, or those volume spikes, that's putting a lot of pressure into this low price stock of NIO. At right around the first part of July, NIO's price was around $13 to $15 per share. That's a low price to have this much upward momentum and pressure coming into that low price stock. Because just like that fire hose from the fire department and that small backyard pool, that money going into NIO is also creating a lot of bubbles and a lot of pressure, causing that price to push up. And as you see right here, it ran into a little resistance at $15 a share, came down, and it's been kind of trading in a range, up a little bit, down a little bit, hit that same $15 mark right there, ran into resistance again, came down a little bit, traded in a range, and then once it broke through $15, hey, it's been off to the races ever since. Been going pretty much straight up, to be honest. Once it broke through that range around $22 here and jumped up, it's been going basically straight up from the middle of October until where we are now, the early part of November. So being that so much buying pressure has come into this stock, it is very possible that it could continue even higher. So that's one of the three things stocks do: go up, go down, or stay the same. We just dealt with going up. Now let's look at the going down part of that. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's very likely that NIO stock price is due to go down, because as I just said a second ago, this stock has basically been going straight up since the latter part of October into the early part of November, where we are now. Look at it. You can see it on the chart. Don't take my word for it. Let me show it to you. Once it broke this $30 price range, it's been going straight up in the air. Now let me show you this at the bottom of the screen. See these letters right here? RSI. Now for those that don't know, this is technical stuff. Technical trading material right here. RSI stands for Relative Strength Index. Now that's an index where technicians let you know the strength and the upward move of a certain stock price. Generally speaking, anything over the value of 70 in your RSI meter is considered what they call overbought, which means it's been going straight up too fast, too soon. As I said before, NIO has been going basically straight up from the end of October up through November, where we are now. Now, as much as I would like for NIO to continue to go straight up in a straight line like that, because I can make more money, you can make more money had you invested. If you did, kudos, congratulations to you. As much as I would like for this to continue to go straight up in the air on this chart, that's not normal. That's not normal for a stock's price to go straight up like that. That's not a normal thing. Not what I say. It says it right here, the Relative Strength Index, anything over 70, as I told you a minute ago, it's high. Stocks are not supposed to trade straight up in the air day after day after day. Yeah, it make you feel good. Yeah, you make money. Yeah, it look good. But over the long term, it's not really supposed to be that way. It's not healthy for a stock. So, being that this Relative Strength Index says 80.91, I gotta caution you guys. Watch NIO. If you are fortunate enough to have bought shares in NIO when I recommended them a week ago, congratulations to you. But what I don't want to see is you guys to lose your money on that. Don't lose your gains, man. Don't do that. Now, first you got to figure out what kind of investor that you are in regards to NIO. I'm not a stock expert, nor do I play one on YouTube. So anything you hear on this channel or any other channel, make sure you do your own due diligence and do your own research before you put your hard money at risk. Now, I have got my disclaimer out the way. What I'll tell you is, Figure out what type of investor that you are. Are you in NIO for the short term just to make a couple dollars? Or are you in NIO for the long term, a couple of years, not a couple of days, not a couple of weeks? Are you in NIO a couple of years? So what type of investor are you? NIO long term or NIO short term? Figure that out first. Let us say that you in NIO just for the short term and want to make a couple of dollars. I would suggest to you to watch that stock chart of NIO, because one down day can be detrimental to NIO. And I'll tell you that because I've seen it before, because once again, stocks are not supposed to go straight up like that. So one down day could pull a lot of selling power out of NIO and make this stock start to come down. And when it comes down, it could come down hard because it went up hard. So if you in it for the short term, watch the stock price of NIO. And if it is a down day, especially a down day on heavy and higher than normal volume, cut your losses, take your profit, and get out. But if you are in NIO for the long term, 2-3 years or more, I think you're in real good shape with NIO. Reason I say if you in it for the long term, you in good shape, because of this, man. Look, that right there tells me that they are just coming into NIO. Now, when I say they, I know somebody's wondering, well, who are they? Who are they? They, when I say they are the institutions. They are the hedge fund managers. They are the millionaires. They are the billionaires. That's who they are. Those that I named just a second ago, those categories of people and categories of investors that I rattled off a second ago, they are the ones who makes NIO's price go higher, or who can make NIO's price go lower, because they got that. You and me, we don't make these stock prices go up, down, or stay the same, because we're not buying or selling enough shares to cause that riffle that I talked about with the water hose from the fire department. We don't have enough money to create that push on stock prices higher, or to create a suction on stock prices by pulling millions of dollars out that make stock prices fall. We don't have that ability. Well, at least I don't. You might, I don't. But the hedge funds and the millionaires and the billionaires and the companies who buy stock have that ability. So protect yourself. But being that we have so much volume coming into this stock right here at the early part of July, if you're in it for the long term, I would say yes, you are okay to hold NIO. So that's 2 out of the 3 things that could happen to the stock. We dealt with going up, we dealt with going down, and I think that it's very likely that NIO stock price at some point next week will go down. By the way, I think so. Now, the third thing that could happen is NIO's stock price could stay basically the same and trade in a range. Now, the range would be the high of Friday was $43.30. The low of Friday was $40.05. So a range would be somewhere between the high, which is $43.30, and somewhere between the low, which would be $40.05. Trading in that range, bouncing off the bottom $40 range up to $42, $43 range. That, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, that would be the best scenario of the 3 for NIO. Now, the reason I say that is because stocks that have an up move like that and then trade in a range after a move like that, probably 7 out of 10 times after that range is broken higher, these things normally take off and go much higher. So that's the best thing that could happen for NIO, is that it trades in the range. Now, I don't know if I really think it will, but it's possible, because trust me, if I knew what these stocks were going to do ahead of time, which I don't, but if I did know, I will be coming to you live now from my vacation house in Hawaii. So that tells you that I don't know, because right now I'm not in Hawaii. So I don't know what these stocks are going to do, and nobody does. Go up, down, stay the same. Nobody knows. But that would be the most healthy thing for the stock price of NIO, is to trade in a range for a week or so and then break to the high and pop through the high. Because when that happens, I've seen it 100 times before. This price of NIO could be well into the 50s by the end of the year if we trade in a range. Now, I don't really think we are, but it's possible. So a lot of people wondering, well, stock do, what do you think gonna happen? I don't know. I'm not a stock expert. No, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I think what will happen, my own opinion, I think NIO at some point next week will go down. And if it goes down, I'm looking for NIO to fall right here to this $35 mark. But the tricky part is, if it breaks and goes lower from that $35 support level, it can be down here as low as $30, just like that. Now, if you don't own NIO, I would suggest that you start to get yourself ready for NIO to buy you some shares between $35 and possibly as cheap as $30. If you don't own NIO and you're looking to get in, that's my advice to you. Wait for it to get to this $35 mark. Get you some. Never buy all of your shares at once, like I always say. Get you some at $35 and get you some again at $30. That will be the best thing if you are interested in getting involved in NIO. But I believe that at some point next week, NIO will start to come down, and at the very minimum, it'll go to $35. Possibly if it breaks through that support level at 35, it'll be down there at $30 quick, because that stock price moves up quick. Trust me, when it comes down, it's going to come down quick as well. And look, you got to look at it like this. A lot of people bought NIO right around here between $10 and $15 a share. A lot of people. Reason I know a lot of people, because right here, a lot of shares were bought right here before it got to $15 a share in the early part of July. Now let me ask you this. If you bought NIO at $10, $12 a share, and you bought, let's say, 1,000 shares, by now, you sitting on a lot of money. You sitting on like $15,000, $20,000 plus. Now, if you would be anxious to get that money, don't you think the millionaires, don't you think the billionaires, they want their money too? Huh? So when this thing starts to come down, it can come down quick. So just be prepared. Now, once again, you got to find out, are you in this stock for the long term, or are you in this stock just for the short term? Now, something I want to share with you guys about NIO. Got a little article. This headline says, NIO unveils a 100 kilowatt battery upgrade plan. What investors should know. It says, on Friday, NIO launched its 100 kilowatt hour battery and also announced battery upgrade plans at an event in Beijing, China. Now, a lot of people wonder, well, what that had to do with me and my investment. I'm going to tell you, if you are invested in NIO for the long term, you should feel very good about this battery plan. I'm going to tell you why. Because this battery plan right here, they're selling services on those batteries. So the last battery was only a 70 kilowatt battery. The new battery is stronger and it'll last much longer. It's 100 kilowatt hour battery. Now the reason that that's important is because this battery plan is going to create a brand new stream of revenue for the company of NIO Limited. Now that matters. That extra stream of revenue could be hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars just because of this new battery that they got. I'm gonna tell you what it reminds me of. This reminds me of Apple. Apple, the iPhones, Apple, them apples. How you like them apples? Because when Apple did the exact same thing, they started selling service plans for the iPhones. When they did that, all the money poured in because it's a brand new stream of revenue. NIO reminds me of Apple because I'm telling you not what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. Apple did this and their stock price exploded higher in the past. They did it a few years ago, right before the split. The stock split that Apple had. Right before that, the stock price was going crazy partly because of the service plan that they had on the iPhones. Because those iPhones are expensive. So people don't want to keep buying iPhones every year, so they get those service plans. Same thing with these batteries from NIO. They're expensive. People don't want to keep buying a battery every single time they need one. They can get these service plans and save money. So it's good for you as an owner of a NIO, and it's also good for the company of NIO. So that is going to matter. So first of all, you got to decide what type of investor are you. In it for the short term, if I were you, I would look into buying some put options. If you just want to be safe, I would look into buying some put options because I'm telling you, sometime next week, I look for NIO to start coming down. So if you're in it for the long term, then you don't care, then you can hang on to it. You're okay. But if you want to be in it just to make some quick profit, then I would look to make sure that NIO does not drop below this $35 level. Because once NIO drops below that $35 level, it can come down fast. So first, figure out what kind of investor are you, long term or short term. Once you do that, then you can make your own decision on what to do. Don't call my house because I don't know. I can't tell you because I'm not a stock expert, nor do I play one on YouTube. But who I am, I'm the one known as the stock dude. And I thank you guys for tuning in to this update video. And I hope that if you haven't done so yet, that you take the time to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. That way when the next hot video comes out, you'll be sure not to miss a thing, man. It's the one known as the stock dude. I'll holler at you later. Peace.